Dear students, welcome again. I'm very delighted to see you today. And today we will give you the main importance ideas or the main grammatical points in Theme 5, the physical world. So please don't miss that.
So now we have the rule. Whenever we have an active sentence that has a present simple tense, the passive form should be reached using is, are, am plus past participle. Again, if we have an active form using the present simple tense, we usually turn it into the passive form using verbs like is, are, or am, which are all forms of verb to be, and we follow that by a past participle. The example here will make it even clearer for you. If we give a sentence in the active form, such as careless driving causes many accidents. Careless driving causes many accidents. So, in order to get a passive form, what should we do? The first thing, we should decide on which word is the object. Look again at the sentence. Careless driving, this is the object. Causes, this is the verb. Many accidents, and these two words, of course, here are the object of the sentence. Okay? So, careless driving causes many accidents. Many accidents here is the object of the sentence. So we start the passive form of the sentence with the object, which is many accidents. Then we use one of these verbs, is, are, or am. But how are we going to choose which one of these? Of course, this depends on whether the object is a plural or a singular word. Many accidents, is it plural or singular? Of course, it's plural. So, plural, and we have the present simple tense, it should be are. So, many accidents are, then a past participle caused by careless driving. Many accidents are caused by careless driving. So now we have the rule. Whenever we have an active sentence that has a present simple tense, the passive form should be reached using is, are, am plus past participle. Again, if we have an active form using the present simple tense, we usually turn it into the passive form using verbs like is, are, or am, which are all forms of verb to be, and we follow that by a past participle. The example here will make it even clearer for you. If we give a sentence in the active form, such as careless driving causes many accidents. Careless driving causes many accidents. So, in order to get a passive form, what should we do? The first thing, we should decide on which word is the object. Look again at the sentence. Careless driving, this is the object. Causes, this is the verb. Many accidents, and these two words, of course, here are the object of the sentence. Okay? So, careless driving causes many accidents. Many accidents here is the object of the sentence. So we start the passive form of the sentence with the object, which is many accidents. Then we use one of these verbs, is, are, or am. But how are we going to choose which one of these? Of course, this depends on whether the object is a plural or a singular word. Many accidents, is it plural or singular? Of course, it's plural. So, plural, and we have the present simple tense, it should be are. So, many accidents are, then a past participle caused by careless driving. Many accidents are caused by careless driving. Okay, here we have another example. The bacteria release oxygen. The bacteria release oxygen. So, bacteria is the subject, release is the verb, oxygen is the object. So we are going to start with the object. Naturally, because when we turn a sentence into a passive form, it means that the object is not important to us. So we start with, okay, here we come to another example. The bacteria release oxygen. The first thing we have to do in order to turn this sentence into the passive form, we have to decide on the subject, the verb, and the object of the sentence. The subject here is the bacteria. The bacteria. This is the subject. The verb is, yes, good, release, and the object is oxygen. The first thing we have to do when we turn this sentence into the passive form, we have to delete the object, which we believe is not important, and then we start the new sentence with the object of the sentence. So, oxygen is released by the bacteria. Here we have another form of verb to be. We chose is because oxygen is a singular word, and the tense is the present simple tense. So the suitable form of verb to be is. Oxygen is, and then past participle. Oxygen is released by the bacteria. Another one, they don't invite me to their parties. They don't invite me to their parties. Okay, the object here is me, yes, but because I'm going to start the sentence with that, so it's going to be the subject of the new sentence, so it's going to be I, not me. I, and of course what goes with I is am in the present simple tense. I am not invited, the past participle, to their parties. I am not invited to their parties. Okay, as for the past simple, sentences that have the past simple tense in their structure, how can we turn those into the passive form? Look at this sentence in the active form. Somebody built his house, or somebody built this house in 1930. Somebody built this house in 1930. Where the object here, of course, it's this house. The most important thing is to get the object of the sentence. Somebody built this house in 1930. Okay? So the passive is, of course, we will start with the object, which will be the subject of the new sentence. So the house, and then we use another form of verb to be. Now, because we are talking about the past simple, it's going to be either was or were. If the new subject is a singular word, we use was. If it is plural, we use were. So this house was built in 1930. This house was built in 1930. Now, again, yes, this is the new subject of the sentence. Okay, so we remind you of the rule of the past simple tense sentences. If in the active form we have a past simple tense, in the passive form we use either was or were followed by past participle. it's either was or were followed by past participle. So, examples are: a loud noise woke us up during the night. A loud noise woke us up during the night. So, where is the object here? It's us. And because we will start the new sentence with the object, which is going to be a subject here, of course we use we, which is a subject pronoun. So we, and of course we goes with were. So we were woken up, the past participle. We were woken up by a loud noise during the night. Another example: the thieves stole a lot of money in the robbery. The thieves stole a lot of money in the robbery. The object here is a lot of money. A lot of money. So we start with that. A lot of money. Is that singular or plural? Of course it's singular, so we take was in the past simple tense. A lot of money was stolen in the robbery. A lot of money was stolen in the robbery. Okay, so we use an active verb to say what the subject does. This is very important. This is about the meaning of active and passive. We usually use an active verb to say what the subject or the doer of the sentence does. Like, for example, my sister cleans this room every day. So here the focus is on the subject. I would like to say what my sister does. My sister cleans this room every day. But we use a passive verb to say what happens to the object. So here I'm more interested in what happens to the object. I don't care about the subject. So I say this room is cleaned every day by my sister. What I care about here is what happens to the room. The room is cleaned. So when we use the passive, who or what caused the action is often unknown or unimportant. This is very important to us. Okay, when we use a passive form in a sentence, okay, usually we don't care about who or what caused the action. We don't care about the subject. We don't care about the doer of the action. Okay, sometimes it seems unimportant to us, or in other times it seems or it is actually unknown to us. So when do we use the passive? In two cases: if we do not know who or what does or did the action, or if we find or think that the doer of the action is not really important to us. If you want to say who does or what caused the action, we use by. Okay, so sometimes when you use the passive form, at the end of the sentence, we would like to mention again who does the action. So we use by, and then we follow it by the doer of the action. Okay, so we have something else related to the passive voice tense, okay, which is the use of be, been, and being done. Okay, when we have the infinitive, we have a rule here, which I think very easy, even easier than the previous ones. If in the active form of the sentence we have modals plus infinitive, in the passive form of the sentence we should form it like this: modals plus be, okay, plus past participle. Again, modals plus be plus past participle. Okay, the examples, of course, will make that clearer for you. If we say, they will sell the house, this is will, and sell is the infinitive. If I say, they will sell the house, so the passive will be, the house will be, and past participle. The house will be sold. The house will be sold. Another example with another modal, which is should. You should do your homework daily. You should do your homework daily. Your homework should be done daily. Your homework should be done daily. Again, this is should followed by an infinitive, and then we have should followed by be and past participle. Another example, I can't answer this question in a word. I can't answer this question in a word. So can't and infinitive. We start with the object, which is going to be the subject of the new sentence. This question can not be, and then past participle. Cannot be answered in a word. Okay. One more thing is the present perfect and the past perfect. How can we turn those sentences with the present perfect tense or the past perfect tense into the passive voice form? Here is the rule for you. If in the active form we have has or have plus past participle, so in the passive form it should be has or have plus been plus past participle. Okay? Of course, has and have are always used when we have a present perfect tense. So what happens if we have had plus past participle, which is the past perfect tense? In the passive form, we usually turn that into had plus been plus past participle. Had plus been plus past participle. Examples: a dog has bitten me. A dog has bitten me. So we start with me, which is the object, and it's going to be a subject here, so we use I instead of me. Then, because we are going to choose between have or has, of course, which one goes with I? Of course, it's have. So I say I have, then been, then past participle. I have been bitten by a dog. I have been bitten by a dog. They have invited all their friends to the party. They have invited all their friends to the party. Okay, the object is all their friends. All their friends. We start with that. All their friends, which is plural, so it takes have. All their friends have, then been, then past participle. All their friends have been invited to the party. Another, the vegetables didn't taste very good. You had cooked them for a long time. You had cooked them for a long time. We start with the vegetables, okay, then had, and then been and past participle. The vegetables had been cooked for a long time. Okay, so what happens if we have sentences with present continuous tense or past continuous tense? Here is the rule for that. In the active form, you usually have is or are or am plus gerund, I mean verb plus ing. In the passive, we usually turn that into is, am, or are plus being plus past participle. Being plus past participle. Okay? Of course, this sentence is in the present continuous form. What about the past continuous form, which is usually was or were plus gerund, I mean verb plus ing. Okay, in the passive form it should be was, were plus being plus past participle. The examples are: they are building a new road along the coast. They are building a new road along the coast. We start with a new road, which is the object. A new road is, we took is here because a new road, of course, is a singular word. So a new word is being and past participle. So a new road is being built along the coast. It's not finished. A new road is being built along the coast. This is, of course, the present continuous tense. As for the past continuous tense, we have an example here. Somebody was cleaning the room when I arrived. Somebody was cleaning the room when I arrived. Okay, the room is the object, so we start with that. The room was, again, because the room is singular, we use was. The room was being cleaned. Cleaned is the past participle, so the room was being cleaned when I arrived. Okay, time for questions. Change the following sentences into passive. Number 1. I haven't received the letter. I haven't received the letter. Always think, find the object, then start with that. Okay, so we start with the letter. Okay, then because we have here a present perfect tense, so we usually choose between has or have plus been plus past participle. So because letter is, the word letter is singular, we take has with it. Okay, and then we add been and past participle. So the letter hasn't been received. The letter hasn't been received. Number 2, somebody is using the computer at the moment. Somebody is using the computer at the moment. Okay, where the object? Very good, the computer. Computer. Okay, so we start with the computer, and remember we have a present continuous tense. We have an ing here, so remember we are going to use verb to be plus being plus past participle. Very good, so it's going to be the computer is being used at the moment. The computer is being used at the moment. Number 3, they will demolish about 200 houses. They will demolish about 200 houses. So where is the object? About 200 houses. We start with that. Remember we have a modal verb plus infinitive, so we should use the modal, the same modal, plus be plus past participle. So it will be, very good, about 200 houses will be demolished. About 200 houses will be demolished. Another one. Somebody stole our car radio last night. Somebody stole our car radio last night. Where the object? Very good. Our car radio. Our car radio. So we should start with that. Okay? And remember we have here a past simple tense. So what should we do? Okay? We use either was or were. Then we add the past participle. Okay, because our car radio is a singular word, so what shall we use Is it was or were? We say our car radio was or were? Very good, of course, was, because it's singular. So it will read like this. Our car radio was stolen, which is the past participle, last night. Our car radio was stolen last night. Number 5. We must carry the injured man to the hospital. We must carry the injured man to the hospital. The object is the injured man. The injured man. So we start with that. Then we have a modal, which is must, followed by an infinitive. Okay, so as for all modals, of course, we use the same modal plus be plus past participle. So the sentence will read like this. The injured man must be carried to the hospital. The injured man must be carried to the hospital. Okay, so that was everything for formation of the passive voice tense. Then we move to quantity. Okay, look at these words, please. We have the words much, many, little, few, a lot, plenty. Usually these words are confusing in a sense, and we'll see how. Much and many. Some people are not sure whether to use much or many in some sentences, little or few, a lot or plenty. What are the difference between each pair of these words? Okay. We use much and little with uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns. Those things you cannot count. Those things you cannot count. Like water, for example. Okay? Like rice. So, here we have some examples. We say much time, because I cannot count the time. I cannot say 1 time, 2 times. No, it's something different. If I talk about the concept of time, it's not something you can count. Much luck. Luck. Okay, something uncountable. Little energy. Energy. So I say little energy. Money. I cannot say monies, of course. Little money. Okay? So, and of course the difference between much and little, I think they are the opposite. They are two opposite words. Much and little. We use many and few with plural nouns, countable nouns. Okay? So many and few, the two words, are used when we have plural nouns, and these nouns should be countable. I mean things I can count. For example, many friends. The word friends, of course, is a countable noun, because I can say 1 friend, 2 friends, 3 friends. Okay, so many friends. Many people, because people is a countable noun and it's plural. Few cars. Okay, cars here is a countable noun and is a plural noun. So we should have 2 things. The noun should be plural and should be countable. Few countries. Okay, few countries. Again, a countable noun, a plural noun. Okay, this is very important. And many and few, of course, are 2 opposite words. As for a lot of and lots of and plenty of, okay, we use a lot of, lots of, plenty of with uncountable and plural nouns. Okay? Uncountable, things we cannot count, and plural nouns. Okay, so we have two things here. Things we cannot count and things which are plural. For example, we say a lot of luck. Luck here is uncountable, right? Lots of time. Again, uncountable. Plenty of money. Uncountable. Plenty of money. Okay? One more thing, we can use a lot of with countable nouns, but these should be plural. Like I say, a lot of friends. A lot of friends. Or lots of people. Plenty of ideas. Plenty of ideas. Okay? The word plenty actually means more than enough. More than enough. So, there's no need to hurry. We've got plenty of time. It means we have a lot of time, but actually it's more than enough for us. So, there's no need to worry. I have had plenty to eat. I don't want any more. So, plenty means I had more than enough to eat. I don't want any more. We use much and many, especially in negative sentences and questions. Remember that? Much and many in negative sentences and questions. A lot of is also possible. So I'm not saying that whenever we have a negative sentence or a question, we should use much and many. No, we can use much and many, and also we can use a lot of. Like, for example, we didn't spend much money. We didn't spend much money, or we didn't spend a lot of money. Both sentences are correct. Do you know many people? Do you know many people? Or do you know a lot of people? Again, both sentences are accepted and are correct. I don't go out much. I don't go out much. Or I don't go out a lot. So again, these two forms are both accepted. In positive sentences, a lot of is more usual. Okay, much is unusual in positive sentences in spoken English. So, again, we say much is usually used in negative sentences and questions. It doesn't mean that a lot of is not accepted. It is accepted, but actually it is not usual to use it in negative sentences and questions. Okay? We spent a lot of money, not we spent much money. Okay? So if you are using a sentence like this, okay, we usually say we spent a lot of money. This is more usual than we spent much money. Actually, this form is also accepted, but the first one is more usual. For example, if we say he goes out a lot, okay, this is more usual than he goes out much. So it's better to say he goes out a lot. Okay, about little and few without a. This is one of the most confusing rules in grammar, actually. Okay, little and few without a are negative ideas. Not much, not many. This will never be clear without an example. Okay, if we say we must be quick, there is little time. Not a little time, we say there is little time. If we say little without a, it means it's not much, it's not enough. This is the key point. If we use little without a, it means it is not enough. The time is not enough for us. Okay? If we say he isn't popular, he has few friends. Few friends. If we say he has few friends, not a few friends, it means that his friends are not many, and his friends are not enough. Are not enough. It's completely different when we say he has a few friends. If you say he has a few friends, it means, okay, they are not many, but they are enough. That's okay. You can use very little and very few. So we can add the word very before little or few. For example, there is very little time, or he has very few friends. About a little and a few, okay, a little and a few are more positive. They give you a positive idea. A little means some, a small amount, but usually enough. Okay. A few means some, okay, a small number, but again, enough. I enjoy my life here. I have a few friends and we meet quite often. The word a few friends, what does it mean? It means not many, but enough to have a good time. Okay, so remember, we have a positive meaning here. Now time for questions. Fill in the spaces using much, many, few, a few, little, or a little. Okay, number 1. Anne is very busy these days. She has dots free time. You should think, is free time, is this word countable or uncountable? Okay, this is one thing. And the other thing, think of the meaning of the sentence. If this woman is very busy, okay, does this mean she has free time or she hasn't free time? What do you think? You're almost there. Good. Little free time. Little free time. It means the free time she has is not enough, because we didn't add a at the beginning. We didn't say a little free time. Okay, so little free time means time that is not enough for her. Another, I'm not very busy today. I haven't got dots to do. I'm not very busy today. I haven't got dots to do. Okay. What do you think? That's it. Think of the negative form here. Okay. Much. Very good. Okay. We said we usually use much in negative sentences and in questions. Number 3. The museum was very crowded. There were 2 dots people. The museum was very crowded. There were two dots people. People is a countable word, and of course from crowded we can understand that there were too many people. Very good. There were too many people. Number 4. Most of the town is modern. There are dots old building. Old buildings. Okay, old buildings of course is countable, and we have modern here, which we expect okay, to be the opposite of this one. So what do you think? Most of the town is modern. If the town is modern, what do you think about old buildings? Will we have many of those or what? Of course we will have, of course, few. Okay, there are few old buildings, and remember, if we don't have a, it means, okay, we don't have a positive meaning here. It means the old buildings are really few here. Number 5. Can you lend me dollars? Can you lend me? What do you think? dollars, is it countable or uncountable? Can you lend me a few dollars? Very good. The word dollars is of course a countable word, so we use few. And the word add, if we add here, it means I need enough dollars for me. I need few dollars, but I need those dollars to be enough for me. Okay? I can't give you a decision yet. I need time to think. I need time to think. Remember, time is uncountable. Good. I need a little time to think. I need some time to think. Okay? So, a little here means some time which is enough for me to think. A little time to think. We have something else here which is both, both of, neither, neither of, either, and either of. Okay, we use both, neither, either for two things. This is very important. Both and neither, either. Remember, these words are used when we are in a situation when we have two things. You can use these words with a noun. For example, I could say both books, neither books, etc. For example, you are talking about going out to eat this evening. Okay? So I say, there are two restaurants where you can go. Okay, I'd like you to imagine this situation. You are going out and you have two restaurants where you can go. You can say, both restaurants are very good. Both restaurants are very good. Not the both restaurants. Never. Okay? Neither restaurant, and notice here, when we used both, it is followed by a plural noun. When we use neither, it is followed by a singular noun. Neither restaurant is expensive. Neither restaurant is expensive. We can go to either restaurant. It means we can go to one of them. It doesn't matter. We can go to either restaurant. As for both of, neither of, or either of, when you use both, neither, either, and you add of, you always need the, these, those, my, your, etc. I mean any possessive pronoun. Okay? So whenever we have of, we usually have one of these words: the, these, those, my, your, or any other word. For example, both of these restaurants. So I can never say both of restaurants. No, both of these restaurants are very good. Neither of the restaurants we went to was or were expensive. So, okay, when notice also that when I said neither of the, I used a plural noun here. Neither of the restaurants, okay, we went to, and when we complete, okay, I use either a singular or plural form. Both are accepted. Was expensive or were expensive. Okay, I haven't been to either of these or of those restaurants, so I can never say either of restaurants. No, I either say either of those restaurants or either restaurant. You can say both my parents are from London, or both of my parents are from London. Okay, so in this case I can use both or both of. Both my parents or both of my parents. The two are accepted. You can use both of, neither of, either of, plus us, you, or them. I mean, object pronouns. So, for example, can either of you speak Spanish? Can either of you speak Spanish? Or you can say, both of us were very tired. Both of us were very tired. After neither of, a singular or a plural verb is possible. This is very important. When we use neither of, okay, we can use a singular or a plural verb. For example, neither of the children. We can say once, which is singular, or want, which is plural, to go to bed. Neither of the children wants or want to go to bed. So you must know that both forms here, I mean singular or plural, are accepted. You can say both and. Very, very important rule here. Okay? These are words that are usually collocated together. They come together. Both and. Neither nor. Either or. Again, both and. Both and. Both Ali and Ahmed. Both Nadia and Muna. Okay? Neither nor. So, neither English nor Arabic. Okay? Neither Ahmed nor Muhammad. Either or. Okay? So it's very important because sometimes you have one of these in the question and you have to guess the other one. Okay? Again, both and. Neither nor. Either or. For example, both Saif and Hamad were late. Neither Fatma nor Huda came to the party. Both and. Neither nor. Okay? I'm not sure where he's from. He's either Spanish or Italian. He's either Spanish or Italian. I have two choices here. He's either Spanish or Italian. Okay, time for questions. Complete the sentences with both, both of, neither, neither of, either or either of. I tried twice to phone Hassan, but times he was out. Remember, twice here, okay? Twice, twice. Two things, okay? I tried twice to phone Hassan, but both times he was out. Both times he was out. I asked two people the way to the station, but them could help. The two people could not help me, so I say neither. Neither of them could help. Neither of them could help. I was invited to two parties last week, but I didn't go to them. Two parties. I didn't go to either of them. Okay? Didn't go to either of them. There were two windows in the room. It was very warm, so I opened them. Okay? There were two windows in the room. It was very warm, so I opened. Okay? Very good. Both of them. I opened both of them. Do you want tea or coffee? And somebody answers, I really don't mind. So, if you really don't mind, you can choose one of these, okay? Good. It's either. Very good. Either. I really don't mind. Number 6. John and I couldn't get into the house because us had a key. John and I couldn't get into the house because us had a key. Apparently, we did not have a key. So, neither of us had a key. It means John didn't have a key, I didn't have a key. Neither of us had a key.
This is the end of our lesson today. Thank you very much for listening and see you next time.